Hi you guys, welcome back to another video with the real Loverlee. And as you can see from the thumbnail and the title, I will be showing you guys how I make a number 4 balloon mosaic. So for this video, you will need your X-acto knife, a template, your foam board, scissors, tape, glue gun, and glue sticks. I will let you guys know if you need any more supplies as the video goes along, but for now, that is all the supplies that you will need for your mosaic. For this number 4 balloon mosaic, it will actually be 3 feet. This is like my second time making a 3 feet mosaic. I normally make 5 feet mosaics. So this template I got off of Etsy. I'll be sure to link the vendor in my description box down below so you guys will know exactly where I got it from. So all I'm doing now is taping my cutout piece onto the foam board so it'll be easier for me to cut without moving all over. So I'm just gonna tape it and use my X-acto knife to cut out the frame onto the foam board. I cut out my number 4 frame or structure, if you want to call it. I like to have all my other supplies ready, so I'm going to be cutting out all of my 6-inch strips now instead of stopping and going and stopping and cutting it out all the time. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut out all my strips one time so I will have them ready for whenever I need it. And if you've been watching my other how-to mosaic videos, that you will definitely know that I do not like to waste foam board. So I use every single scrap piece of foam board that I have and add it to any projects. Like, foam board is not cheap, so be sure to always use all of your scrap pieces of foam board to help save you some money. Guys, so now that I've cut out all of the strips for my mosaic, I'm going to show you guys how I maneuver my foam board strips around my number 4 to help save on time and also to help to make my work look neater. You guys could also use this trick or technique for your other numbers or letters, but I use one strip instead of cutting it piece by piece for each measurement. I just measure it, mark it, cut it, and then fold it instead of cutting the foam piece all the way off. I will show you guys exactly what I'm talking about in a minute. Okay, so you see that I'm starting at the bottom of my mosaic. I'm going to measure out that part that you see I'm doing right now. I mark it with my pencil, and then I am going to lightly cut that part of the foam board. I'm not gonna cut it off all the way. I'm just gonna cut it enough so I can bend it and swing it around to the base of the number 4. Okay guys, so I'm really trying to explain this as best as I can. Now that you guys have seen what exactly I'm talking about when I said I want to just use one strip of foam board instead of cutting and gluing and cutting and gluing, I just want to use the whole strip without cutting it at all. But this is kind of a tricky part, because even though you cut that side of the foam board to move it to the bottom, you cannot always cut the same side of the foam board because bending it will be very difficult. So be sure that you're cutting it on the correct side so you can bend it easily. It's kind of self-explanatory when you start to do it, but if not, just please pay attention because I am really trying to explain it as best as I can. guys, so please don't laugh, but I totally forgot to do the middle part of this mosaic up until I was ready to add the balloons. So this is me going back to do it right before I have to add the balloons. So by the end of this video, you'll see that I was finishing up the frame without the middle piece being attached to it. So please bear with me. You know, we make mistakes all the time, but yeah, let's get straight into it. Alright guys, so now that we are almost done with our number 4 balloon mosaic frame, I'm going to show you guys how I make the stand at the back of my number 4. I know a lot of you have struggles with this part specifically because the number 4 frame is actually like so narrow and different from the other numbers, so it's kind of difficult to put a stand behind it without making it be shown from the front. So just pay close attention to how I do it, and I'm going to try to explain it as I go along. So I'm going to be measuring out the base of my number 4. I'm going to make a really like narrow strip, kind of like 8 centimeters. I think I wrote it down. I'm going to look. I think the base of my number 4 was about 10 inches or so, but you gotta make it like real small. I didn't make it to fit the base of my number 4 exactly. I made it a little bit smaller just so I could put the 2 sides on perfectly without overlapping it. Okay guys, so after you've cut out the stand for the base of your number, remember that you have to cut out 2 right angle triangles, and it should be as tall as half of your frame. But because the stand for the number 4 have to be so narrow, I went ahead and make my right angle triangles a little longer just to help to support it for when I put the balloons in. But it could be as tall as half of your number. It would still hold up, but I just like a little more protection, so I made it a little longer. Alright guys, so now that we're coming down to the end of our project and we have our 3 pieces cut out, we're going to go ahead and glue our stand on first. And for your stand, you're not pushing it all the way down to the front of your mosaic. You're only pushing it like halfway or almost to the front, but not close enough for it to show whenever you're ready to use it at your event or wherever. this is how your stand for your mosaic should look when you're finished. I like to use a lot of glue for my stands because you don't know how much weight the client is going to put at the back. For me, I don't provide the weight. My clients provide the weight, and I don't know how much of a weight they're going to put. So the more glue that I put on it, the more I'm sure that it's going to be well secured and protected, and their weight wouldn't be too heavy for the mosaic. It would be perfect because I use a lot of glue.